I live an incredibly busy life, not just my career, but traveling, biking, gardening. I have 2 children and 2 grandchildren, and I'm 70. When I was 61, I had a heart attack, and I had a stent inserted. And because I was in pretty good shape, I recovered rather quickly. I live in a 4-story house. I'm up and down the stairs all the time, and I was immediately up and down the stairs again. And then after maybe 4 weeks, my health started to go precipitously downhill. I had tinnitus. I have fibromyalgia, and the pain was unbearable. I couldn't watch TV, listen to the radio, listen to people talk to me. Then I could no longer read. It was too painful to wear a bra, and so I wore a nightgown and stayed home all the time. Next thing you know, I was pretty much in bed, and the only time I wasn't in pain is when I was sleeping. It was pretty awful. Almost immediately, my husband, who's a doctor, diagnosed me as having hormone deficiency. And that was because the cardiologist removed me from the hormone replacement immediately without consulting Dr. Simon. So it was 3 months later, finally, that I did in fact see Dr. Simon. I had written down the history of what I'd gone through the last 3 months. He told me he read it over 3 times, and he put me back on hormone replacement, explaining to me that whereas I had been taking pills before, this time he was going to put me on the patch and androgel, which would be, if I can remember correctly, is absorbed by the skin in both instances rather than ingesting it and considered to be safer. And it took a very long time for me to recover. The recovery was very slow. And I would feel better and then decline and feel better and decline. But there was a slow movement, upward, slow improvement until about 3 months after I went back on the hormones. I remember getting dressed up, going out to dinner, starting to live a normal life again. In all, I missed about 6 months of living a normal life, but it was a full year before I was back to, a full year after going back on the hormones, before I was completely recovered and back to living the life that I had lived before. Here I am 70. My husband and I have a very happy, very romantic life. And after a romantic interlude, I say to him, thank the man who invented the patch, but I probably should add, and thank Dr. Simon.